I'm Ted Keys, your host and top freight agent training expert here in Southern California. This topic comes from my 30+ years of business, sales, and freight moving success. Watch, learn, and apply it. You'll move more freight efficiently, effectively, effortlessly, and make more money financially. And call me at 626-309-9141 with any questions. Now explode your business with...
Hey guys, hello and welcome again to my Tuesday training call. I'm Ted Keys, your host and top freight sales training expert.
Today I'll show you how to move more freight efficiently, effectively, and effortlessly so you make more money financially. And after the call today, go to my website, tedkeysonline.com, to hear more of my podcasts, read more of my blog posts, watch more of my videos, and while you're there, visit my Freight Sales Success Store for top-notch freight moving products to explode your business today. And if you have any questions today, any questions regardless of what it is, or specifically, are you ready for my top producing one-on-one personal freight sales, freight broker training, then give me a call, Ted Keys. I'm at 626-309-9141.
Today's training topic is you must know this about freight sales. You must know this. If you don't know this, you're going to suffer and you're going to have challenges every bit of the way. So you must know this about freight sales. And for those of you that are on my contact list, you've received an invite to get on the call today. Just scroll to the bottom, and if you haven't yet, print out those free attachments that I provide for anyone on my list. For those of you on the call, make sure you got those printed out so you can follow along as I talk today about how you must know this about freight sales. How you must know this about freight sales. Your natural instinct is that I'm going to talk about this, but in reality, I'm going to talk about know or knowing. Know or knowing. That's the first thing you have to, take in. We're going to talk about knowing, because once you know something, then you can do this about it. And if you're having challenges, guys, that's why we get on the call today. That's why I do the call today. For those of you that are having challenges, it's because you don't know about something. Again, let's talk about knowing. This is what it's all about, because when you figure something out, when you know something, then you can move forward. Because knowing then is knowledge. Once you have the knowledge, then you'll proceed forward with that knowledge and continue to move forward and build your freight sales business. But let's talk about knowledge first. If you look at your attachment there, the first thing I list there is a definition of knowledge. What is knowledge? Well, knowledge, guys, is knowing something with familiarity gained through experience or acquaintance, or with understanding of a science, art, or technique. Okay? It's the fact or condition of being aware of something or the range of one's information or understanding. So basically, in a nutshell, knowledge is knowing something. How do we know something? Well, we take the time to know what it is, because then after knowing, then we can apply it. Once you know something, guys, then you apply it. It's that simple. And believe me, I will get to my point here in my training call today. Let me start off by saying, anytime you have trouble getting what you want in life or in your freight sales business, look at what it is that you don't know. Let me say that again. Anytime you're having challenges in your life or your business, what is it that you're having that challenge that you don't know about? I'm going to talk about two categories today. Two categories of things that you don't know, all right? The first category is the things you know that you don't know. What does that mean? That means you're fully aware that you don't know certain equations about math. You're fully aware, hey, I can admit that there are many equations about math that I don't know. So based on that, because I don't know that, I can move forward in figuring out how to know that. That's the first category, all right? The second category is a little more challenging because it's the things you don't know that you don't know, all right? You don't know that you don't know these things. And when you don't know that you don't know these things, there's a high probability that you're going to keep doing this certain task and you're going to keep failing because you don't know what you're doing wrong. An example of that first one, example of the things that you know that you don't know. Let me give it to you. So, you know that you're having this challenge, and the challenge is, how do I get prospects to let me move their freight? I mean, you know you're having a challenge, so you ask the question, how do I get prospects to let me move their freight? I mean, that's the challenge. So what do? You keep figuring out, how do I get them to allow me to move their freight? We're going to talk about that later as well. The second category, guys, the things that you don't know that you don't know. Here's an example. You think that you're pretending to take action that'll bring you the results. You feel that you're taking the correct action that'll bring you positive results. However, you're not getting the results you want. However, you keep doing the things that are wrong. So you don't know that you're doing that thing wrong, or those series of things wrong. That's why I provide you with my Freight Sales Success Guide, guys. Most of the answers for a beginning freight agent, freight broker are in my guide. Your main goal, guys, for these two categories is to move what you don't know, all right? Move what you don't know from the orange category. That's on your sheet there. The orange category is that second sample, or that second group, the things you don't know that you don't know. Your goal is to move that into the blue one, which is number one, that, hey, you admit that you don't know that you know this. At least you know that you don't know it. So that's important, guys, to go from what you don't know that you don't know to what you don't know that you do know, all right? Because once it's in the blue, once you've moved it to the first group, guys, only then can you do something about it. Only then can you do something about it, because you don't know that you don't know it. If you just keep going along doing what you don't know that you don't know, and I know I'm saying no a lot here, but follow along. Once you do know that you don't know, only then can you do something about it. Let me give you an example, guys, of being in the blue category, that category number one. And that would be a freight sales agent broker who isn't moving many loads and knows he isn't moving many loads. Hey, I'm starting off, I'm not moving many loads, and I actually know that I'm not moving many loads. That's knowing what you don't know. I am fully aware that I'm not moving loads. I know this. At least you can take action and do something about it, and that is because you know that you don't know. Orange, the second group, is where that freight agent, he's ignorant of the fact that he isn't moving many loads as much as he should be, and just doesn't realize yet that this is not a good situation to be in. He doesn't realize it. He doesn't realize it because he doesn't know that he doesn't know. He just thinks that sitting at his desk all day, cleaning it up, organizing his closet, not getting on the phone and speaking to prospects, he just feels that being in his office is going to bring him results. And that's just an example. I mean, it could be anything. Excuse me. Not until you realize that you've got to get on the phone and speak to people, only then will you know what you don't know. And you'll know what you don't know because of the calls that you make. I mean, you're going to flub up, you're going to make mistakes along the way, but here's what's going to happen. As you do that, you're going to gain knowledge. You're going to gain knowledge, and then you'll move forward and do what works for you. So let me ask yourself, again, ask yourself this question, guys. What's your biggest challenge right now that you know that you don't know? Really, what is your biggest challenge? Let me say that again. What is your biggest challenge right now that you know that you don't know? After all, this is why we get on the call today. So you can ask me questions that you know that you don't know. So what is that? What is it? Figure it out and then find the solution to overcome it. I mean, really, it's simple. It's plain and simple. I know that I don't know this. Therefore, I've got to acquire the knowledge to get over this challenge that I'm having. So ask yourself that. Very, very important. Here's the best example. Again, if you go to page 2, here's the best example to give you where you will know something of great importance after I fill you in on it. And basically, here's what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about 2 major points. These are 2 major points that every beginning freight sales agent encounters when they get into this profession, and they hit this wall with these 2 challenges, and they wonder, what do I have to do to get over this? Now, these are solutions I'm going to give you. The challenge you have is basically, how do I get more prospects? How do I get more prospects to listen to me? Okay, so here's the best example to give you where you'll know something of great importance after I give this to you. 2 major points, guys. 2 major points you may not know, okay, that you don't know, but you will know after I explain these to you. So you're not going to have any excuses. After I give you these 2 major points, all you can do is take these and apply them and really take off with your freight sales business. The first major point, guys, first major point is this, and that is speed is power. Speed is power. What do I mean by that? Well, you may know about the need for speed, but that you don't know what you don't know how much speed that you need or require. So you understand the need for speed. What you may not understand is how much speed you actually require to get your freight sales off the ground and moving. Here's a first point. First point of this first point. Following up with a freight prospect every week by telephone increases your conversions by almost 500%. Let me say that again. Not only following up, but actually getting on the phone initially, getting through to the shipping decision maker, and following up with them by phone will increase your conversions by 500%. What does that mean? That means that if you continue to use a phone with every freight prospect that you get, half of them will give you the opportunity to move their freight. All right? How would you like to convert leads? Now that's a great way to start. That's an excellent way to start. But getting back to speed, guys, how would you like to convert leads 40 times more than anyone else? Really? There's a way for you to convert your leads 40 times more than anyone else. What is that? There's a 40% higher conversion rate when you text prospects, when you actually text prospects during and after a sales call. So what do? You text them during and after your sales call. Now, can you do that automatically? No, you can't do that, but you've got to have their cell number in order to text them, all right? So, when you get their contact info, always ask for their cell number. Really, always ask for their cell number, because the purpose of that is to, if you're truly set and determined on becoming successful, you will text your prospects after you get their cell number. Text them your freight solutions. Whether during your call or definitely after your call, but text them your solutions. Like right now, as I said earlier, there's more freight than there are trucks. There's more freight than there are trucks. Well, what's your solution? When you text them, hey, I have access to trucks that your brokers don't have, provided you tell them the truth, that's an example of a solution. And you text it to them, guys. Text it to them. Leads sent 3 or more text messages after the initial contact are 320% more likely to use your freight broker or your freight agent service. Why? Because everyone checks their phone. That's the main point of all this. You text, guys, because everybody uses their phone. Anytime you send a text, your prospect, or even whoever you send a text to. I mean, your family members, your wife, your husband, anyone that you send a text to, there is 100% probability that they will respond to your text. If they don't respond to it, at least they'll see their text on the screen of their phone. That's why texting is so important, and that's why texting converts. There's a major guarantee, as I said, that they will read your text. Emails, they typically, again, as you get as you get more and more into prospecting with your prospect, emails have an open rate of about 10%. I mean, that's how low they are. That's why I always say a phone and now a text absolutely trumps an email. So, speed is power. Speed is power because you have their cell number. When you have their cell number, always use text. Even if it's to text them and say, what do you got moving this week? Remember, the main point of all this is everyone checks their text. Everyone checks their text. If you don't want to call and you got their cell number, send them a text. There's a 100% guarantee that your prospect will check their text when they get it. So that's the first point. That's the first point. The second point that I'm going to go over is persistence pays. Again, once you know these points, guys, then you can take this and apply it. See, this is part of you knowing. Me explaining this, after I explain it, then you'll know. Because you know it, then you'll apply it. Point number 2 is persistence pays. This is a statistics that I continually go over on my training calls time and time again. It's one of the most basic statistics. When you wrench this into your mindset and as you build your contact list, it's so easy to continue building your contact list because it's an actual true statistic that once you know it and once you apply it, you have no choice but to become successful. And that is 80% of your sales. 80% of your sales are made between your 5th and your 12th contact. Let me say that again. 80% of your sales are made between your 5th and your 12th contact. Well, what does that mean? What that means is you must keep following up again and again and again in order to gain somebody's freight business. Will a text count as a contact? Absolutely. Anytime that your prospect sees that you have reached out to get their attention, to move their freight, hey, that all factors in. It's called making impressions. You're making impressions in your prospect's mind that you are serious. However, you've got to keep doing this. Let me read some additional statistics here. Following up is the challenge you don't know that you don't know. But because I'm sharing it with you now you know. Now you know that because you have to follow up, you've got no excuses. Let me give you some more stats here, guys. 48% of freight sales agents make no follow-up attempt to a prospect. So think about it, guys. Half of all the freight sales agents out there, they'll call a prospect once. I mean, really think about it. They call a prospect once. When I just told you 80% of your sales are going to come between your 5th and your 12th prospect or contact, when overall freight agents, freight brokers will call once and then they'll give up after it. So there's another thing, another piece of knowledge that you know, guys. 25% make 2 attempts and quit. All right, 2 attempts. They feel that they're going to get business after 2 attempts. They don't get it. Hey, this doesn't work. I quit. That's the attitude. And again, they do it because they don't know. That's why they quit, because they don't know. 12% of all salespeople, freight sales agents, make 3 contacts. They stop at 3. 2%. And just to keep going on further here, 2% of sales are made on the first contact. That's how low your probability for success is on your first contact, 2%. 3% are made after 2 contacts. 5% of sales are made after the 3rd contact. Only 10% of sales are made after the 4th contact. Let me repeat this again so you know, and because you know, you'll move forward to do this 80% of your sales are made between your 5th and your 12th contact. Can you tell that I keep beating this horse to death? I keep beating it to death because in order for you to know, in order for you to move forward and actually become successful, these are the 2 points that you must know in order to move forward. First one, speed is power. Second one, persistence pays. 80% of your sales, your freight sales loads that you will move, will come between your 5th and your 12th contact. Now you have no excuse because you know. You have no excuse now because you know that this is what I have to do. Apply these 2 major points to be successful. In life, in your freight sales business, in your broker business, guys, when you get no's, when your prospects actually tell you no, it's because you don't know. That's why you're getting a no. It's because you don't know. Does that make sense, guys? If you don't even know that you don't know, then that's a bigger problem. When you know that you don't know, figure out why you're getting no's. And the main reason why you're getting no's is because you're not polished enough. You don't have the experience. What do? Do number 2, keep being persistent, keep being determined to accomplish your freight sales goals. Great topic for today, guys. Again, you must know this about freight sales. You must know this about freight sales. Thanks again for joining me today, guys, on my Tuesday training call. Again, I'll be here again next week, same time, 2 p.m. Pacific time, 5 p.m. Eastern time on my Tuesday training call. Take care. God bless. I'll see you all again next week on my Tuesday training call. Bye-bye.
When you arrive at my Freight Sales Success Store today, you'll see a host of products available there for purchase. First one you'll see available is my flagship product. That is my Freight Sales Success Guide, typically for beginner and struggling freight agents. If you're searching for that daily motivation to set goals, to achieve them, to pick up the phone daily and connect and build relationships with the marketplace, then opt for my Freight Sales Success Quotes. And if you're searching for those specific skills, and there are many skills, many individual skills required to be successful in this profession, then opt for my Freight Sales Success Skill. I highly recommend each one of these products, available for purchase today in my Freight Sales Success Store. Do you have any questions again? Do you have any questions about today's call? Or more importantly, are you ready for my top producing one-on-one personal freight sales, freight broker training? Then give me, Ted Keys, a call. I'm at 626-309-9141. Great topic for today. Take these skills, apply them. You'll be amazed at what happens to your results.